Now, on the same evening that Hamburg were beating Tbilisi of the Soviet Union, Bayern Munich, also of West Germany, had to play in front of this huge crowd of almost 100,000 in the Red Star Stadium in Belgrade. Against that team, Red Star Belgrade. All in red, Bayern Munich all in white. Red Star on the attack, playing from right to left, and on the attack straight away in this game, because this was the second leg of this Uefa Cup match, the European Football Union Cup match. Bayern won the first leg at home a couple of weeks ago by 2-0, so they had to hang on, or try and hang on to this 2-0 lead. But as you'll be able to see, this was extremely difficult. Walter Junghans there, the Bayern goalkeeper, who really is the stand-in, the deputy for Sepp Maier, but of course now, or was anyway, but now that Sepp was retired from professional soccer, Walter Junghans, the regular goalkeeper, the man who's followed in Sepp Maier's shoes, or football boots, soccer boots. Now here in front of this huge crowd, of course, of almost 100,000, it's always extremely difficult to play. Bayern trying to control the game, trying to slow it down by holding onto the ball, playing possession soccer. But Red Star, cheered on by this huge crowd, going all out for the goal, which would bring them back into the game. And it wasn't long before they got it. Making their attacks down this left flank. Now watch this cross, and watch that brilliant goal there, scored by Savic. What a fantastic goal that was. The centre forward, Savic, just getting to the ball before Augenthaler. Beautiful goal, and Paul Czernay, the Bayern coach, obviously very nervous indeed, because that meant that Bayern's lead now was only 2-1. And the number 7 there, that's Petrovic, their captain, pushing his team forward. Cheered on by this huge crowd. And look at the way Red Star, the Yugoslavs, are using the ball. And they come again all the time, pushing forward. Petrovic, the man pulling the strings in midfield, the number 7, keep a good watch on him. Bayern trying hard to get out of trouble, trying to pull themselves out of problems. And a fine save by Junghans there. Otherwise, Repcic would have got number 2. And look at that beautiful pass from Petrovic. This time, Weiner was back there. Horseman. Wein trying to slow the game down. But it wasn't easy. Niedermeyer. There's Rummenigge, Karl-Heinz Rummenigge. But he could make no impression whatsoever, not yet anyway, on this Belgrade defence. Free kick after that foul by Milanovic. And Paul Breitner, the man taking these free kicks for Bayern. Diving header there by Dieter Hoeneß. What a beautiful header that was. And that was the only chance, really, that Bayern had in the first half. Dieter Hoeneß. And there's the Belgrade team bench urging their team forward, saying, get at it, boys. We're only a goal down now, after that goal by Savic in the 4th minute. Red Star pushing forward again, not letting up, not letting Bayern off the hook. Blagojevic there, the fine run, getting a corner. There's that run by Blagojevic. Referee, by the way, Mr. Hilmi Alt from Turkey. Very experienced referee. Petrovic with his corner. And there's a shot, and he just passed the post. Certainly a fine Uefa Cup game. Tremendous atmosphere in the Red Star Stadium in Belgrade, in Yugoslavia. forward all the time. Don't forget, Bayern had that 2-0 lead. Look at Petrovic there, making room for himself. There's the shot, and what a shot into the net it goes. So 2-0 for Red Star Belgrade, and now the overall score 2-all. Tremendous goal by Petrovic. No chance at all for young Hans. Brilliant goal by the Red Star captain. Making room for himself beautifully, hitting it from outside the area. Tremendous shot. No chance at all for young Hans. So, what a start. And look at that. Yes, they're delighted, and so are the fans. Because at half-time, 2-0 for Red Star, making the overall score 2-all. But this wasn't enough for Red Star. They kept coming forward at the start of the second half. Petrovic was here, there, and everywhere. Bayern Munich tried hard to slow things down, to control the game. Rummenigge, as you can see, the pitch pretty muddy. Breitner with a long pass and a chance here, but offside. Janssen offside there after that pass from Breitner. Bayern went into this game with the intention of playing defensive football and looking for the chance to counter-attack. But of course, they never suspected that the Red Star would get those 2 goals. Red Star coming again. Bayern, of course, had to come out of their defensive shell as well now, with the score at 2-all. And if it stayed this way, then there would be extra time. And if the score was still 2-all, then penalties would decide this Uefa Cup tie. But it didn't come to that, as you'll be able to see. One of the few mistakes in attack there by the Yugoslavs. Savic, the number 9 there, scorer of the first goal. Beautifully taken goal. Mistake by Niedermeyer. There's Repcic. And into the corner of the net it goes. 3-0 now for Red Star Belgrade through Repcic. What's the shot? Young Hans dives in vain, right into the corner of the net, which means 3-0 for Red Star Belgrade and 3-2 now on aggregate. So if the score remains the same rather, if the score stays the same, I'm losing my voice, I'm really getting involved in this game. If the score remains the same, Uli Hoeneß and Paul Czernay won't be very happy at all. Uli Hoeneß, the general manager, because Bayern will be out of the Uefa Cup. 3-2 on aggregate. But of course now Bayern Munich really had to go at the Yugoslavs. They had to get at least another goal. That would make it 3-all on aggregate, but Bayern then would have scored an away goal, which if the score's a level on aggregate, count double. Paul Breitner with the corner. Ball bobbing about everywhere, fine save. Brilliant save there by Stojanovic. Stojanovic, the Yugoslav keeper. But on this very heavy pitch, with the turf pulling at the legs, at the calf muscles of the players, Red Star Belgrade, after that tremendous 60-minute burst, started to run out of steam. And this is when Bayern Munich came back into this game. Rummenigge, Paul Breitner pushing his team forward all the time. Stojanovic making a mistake there, needing to play that ball, gave away a corner. Now watch what happens with this corner. There's Dieter Hoeneß. All he's got to do is just touch the ball over the line. Paul Breitner taking his free kick. Watch it now, long free kick. Rummenigge. Dieter Hoeneß into the corner of the net. 3-2 now for Red Star Belgrade. But of course, 4-3 on aggregate. Thanks to these 2 goals from Dieter Hoeneß. Bayern Munich winning 4-3 on aggregate. And that was enough. 3-2 the final score. 4-3 on aggregate. And through this overall victory, Bayern Munich go through to the next round of the Uefa Cup, the quarterfinals. And Toby Charles saying goodbye till the next time we meet on Soccer Made in Germany.